Life magazine presentation. Today on Zoo Life, Jack Hanna takes you to Busch Gardens in Florida to feed the giraffes and play with the camels. And then to Parrot Jungle for some colorful and talkative friends on Zoo Life.
Yeah. Okay, Abby, bring my bottle back. Abby, here.
For visitors to Busch Gardens in Tampa, Florida, it's a fun-filled experience with animals.
Hi, everybody.
For the animals, it's a place to call home. During park hours, they graciously share their lives with we humans. But remember, the animals are the permanent residents, and we're only the guests. So what's it like off hours when the public's not around?
When you run a zoo, it's like being the head of a very large and unusual family. But like most families, the most important time, you guessed it, it's meal time. We're here in Tampa, Florida, in the Busch Gardens Diet Kitchen, where the chef's been up since early this morning, chopping and slicing and dicing and preparing all this food.
Yeah, we're going to be feeding about 3,000 animals today.
3,000. What's for breakfast, Chris?
Well, it depends on if you're a giraffe or a flamingo.
Well, I'm neither one. Let's go find out.
Well, enjoy yourself. Don't fall into the hippos.
All right.
So, Jack, you want to feed the hippos?
Golly, I don't want to fall in there.
Wow. You don't have to worry.
Wow. How much I put in there? All of it. Golly.
Come here, Eva.
Here, Eva. Here we go. Wow. That's like a dumpster.
They got their own built-in feed trough, don't they?
Wow.
That's the most dangerous animal in Africa that you just fed.
That is?
Yeah, they kill more people than even the crocodiles do. I wasn't going to tell you that first. I decided to wait.
When you've worked here on the park's Serengeti Plain as long as Chris Allen, more than 14 years, you get to know some really interesting things about the animals.
Well, that doesn't look like much food for an animal that fat.
Well, they're actually on a diet. We used to give them a lot more than that, but when they get out on the ground here, their belly started dragging on the ground. But you see, they don't look like they're on a diet. They still look a bit big. They've lost
Those
some
things
weight.
look like a tank.
Well, they weigh about 3,500 pounds.
Now, how do you put something that weighs 3,500 pounds on a diet?
Very carefully.
The hippos were just one truck stop on our early morning route. There's a lot of hungry mouths to feed on this African belt.
So, Chris, how much do we feed here a day?
Well, we feed 18 pounds of this herbivore pellets right here you saw before. Then we have a bunch of buckets of waterfowl food, flamingo feed, and carrots and escarole and cabbage and things. Okay, Dave, let's go to the flamingos.
It's amazing how Chris knows exactly what, where, and how much to feed each animal.
So what's that stuff there?
This stuff here, this is our flamingo feed.
Looks like cranberry sauce.
Well, sorta. It's beets and carrots all grind up into a mass. That's to make our flamingos pink. In the wild, they usually eat freshwater shrimp and blue-green algae that's got a lot of beta-carotene in it. You know how expensive shrimp is, so we just substitute the shrimp with beets and carrots.
And that's how they get so red and pink.
Right.
Of course, it doesn't work for other birds, like this Canadian goose who's adopted the flamingo flock.
This goose thinks it's a flamingo.
He's got to grow longer legs.
I don't think he knows that.
As a zoo director, I thought I'd seen every animal there was to see. But this herd was new to me.
What are these? It looks like some type of gazelle.
Yeah, this is a Dorcas gazelle. That's the smallest of the gazelle family. And they're supposed to be extinct in the wild, and we've got the largest herd in captivity right here at Busch Gardens. They're supposed to be in Iran, Iraq, and you know all the wars that are going on there. These guys get a lot of that war.
So really, these wars aren't just affecting people, they're affecting species of animals.
Animals take a tremendous amount of abuse on these wars. You know, that's one of the hidden stories.
Yeah, we
you
don't hear about
that. It's just really tragic.
Coming up on Zoo Life.
Boy, that tongue is something. Man.
Move up, roast beef. Move up.
Don't let that ostrich out, Chris.
You've got to watch out for those ostrich. They can be mean, but their neighbor was one of the sweetest animals I've ever met.
What's your name, Dave? Hello.
Her name is Phoebe.
Phoebe.
Phoebe was hand-raised here.
Oh, Phoebe. Can I feed her something?
Sure. You can see if she'll eat a carrot out of your hand.
Oh, you must have had a good breakfast today, Phoebe. That's the biggest carrot I ever saw.
I don't know what it was about Phoebe that I fell for. Her beautiful eyes, her curly hair, or maybe it was her elegant table manners.
Nice, Phoebe. Nice, Phoebe. You're such a good girl. Can I have a bite?
Jack, you notice how they can close their nostrils?
Yeah.
That's so the sand won't blow in their nose. You know how windy it is here today? Just think if all this was just sand, it'd be blowing all in their nose, and when they've got their heads down to eat, you just don't want that sand all over you.
Just shuts her nose up.
Shuts it right up.
Boy, I love her. She is nice. You're so nice.
I think you've made a friend.
You're so nice. You're just so nice. Yeah, you like that? I think that carrot's too big. I should have cut that up for you, sweetie. Yeah, I should have. Yeah, you are. Oh, I'm taking you back to Columbus Zoo with me. Can I have her? Oh, you have a slimy carrot all over me.
Now, do you still want her?
Here, put that. See you later, Phoebe. Goodbye, sweetie.
I don't consider myself fickle, but Phoebe soon had about 10 rivals for my affection.
Hey, Chris, I'm being invaded by giraffe up here. Hurry.
I'm coming.
They're all over the place. They're taking your feet out of these buckets.
I
Get
know.
out of
These
here.
two right here are the biggest pigs known to mankind. Get your neck out of there, Dolly.
How do you know everybody's name here? They all look alike.
They all have their own personalities and their own names.
They all got patches. They're all 15 feet tall.
Well, all their spots are different.
You obviously you're very successful breeding giraffes.
Oh, yeah, we've got a great program going. These giraffes right here were actually wild caught.
These were?
These are wild-caught giraffes that we got over in Kenya back in 1984. The farmers were wanting to ranch that area, and they didn't want these giraffes around. And now we can supply the whole United States with that pure bloodline.
I noticed their tongue is real long.
Yeah, it can grow up to 18 inches long.
Boy, that tongue is something.
I don't know if you noticed, but they've got 7 vertebrae in their neck just like we do.
Huh.
Theirs is just a little bit longer.
Hey, what are you seeing in there? Sneaking the food out of there. Hey.
That's little Patty.
Patty. You know better than that. Here, I'll give you some. Here. Let's sneak it out. Don't go being a sneaker.
But it's more fun that way, Dad.
Yeah.
They act just like little kids. If they can get away with something, they'll do it.
They all seem to be very friendly, though. All of them seem to have a nice personality.
Yeah.
Not like the ostrich.
No, not like the ostrich.
They have beautiful eyes.
Yeah, we put mascara on them every morning and mousse their mane so they look good for the public, you know.
When you help feed the animals on this Serengeti plain, you get a real sense of how they live. And at Busch Gardens, it's about as natural a life as possible.
We try to do away with fences as much as possible, and we use these rivers as a natural barrier. It's just a healthier situation for the animals.
You know, I've been to Africa many times, and it looks just like Africa. If you didn't know you were right here in Tampa, you wouldn't believe it.
Right in the middle of a big city.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
So that's what goes on before the visitors arrive. I hear they feed the lions later in the day. I'm not too sure I'll stick around for that.
They say a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. But this is ridiculous. Here at Parrot Jungle Gardens in Miami, Not only can you have a parrot on your hand, on your arm, and on your shoulder, on your head, but you can also meet and find out everything you wanted to know about, you guessed it, parrots.
For more than 50 years, Parrot Jungle and Gardens has been a Miami landmark, offering visitors an unforgettable experience with parrots in a tropical garden setting.